Okay, I believe we're live now. So I'm going to get into some of the camera news today. I have some interesting announcements coming from Sigma actually. And I can't find, when looking online, any of this information anywhere else when like looking through web pages and whatnot. So I think you're going to want to stay tuned for this because there's some pretty juicy stuff that I'm about to leak here in a moment. So looking at their webpage here, you really can't see. Sorry, when you're looking at Google here, you can't see anything mentioned really. Looking at the different announcements here, but here you go. This is the drop here as to what's coming out in the next little bit here. So, oh, I messed up pulling that up here. All right, so here it is. Here's the big drop. So confirmed for August 19th. Expect 200 f2 lens for Sony E and Leica L mount full frame cameras. Also a 12mm 1.4 APS-C lens for L, Z, RF, and X mount. Possibly around August 19th or September, expect a 35mm f1.2, which is the second generation of its lens. This is a full frame autofocus lens for Sony and Leica L. And these are the big ones. So expect a 135 1.4 full frame autofocus lens for Sony E and Leica mount, which will have really good bokeh and be probably one of the best portrait lenses on the market. So that's pretty exciting. And this one here, this is a really interesting range on this next one. A 20 to 200 full frame travel zoom lens. The apertures yet, we still don't know what it could potentially be, but it should be along with what is in competitors in the market. Although a lot of the 28s to like 200s, 24 to 200s usually start out at like a 2.8, but with it starting out at 20, I think we can expect that it's probably going to be like around a 3.5, 6.3, something like that. And yeah, this is a totally new focal range, which to me, I think it's a really interesting grab as someone who likes to shoot architecture, but I also like to do some detail shots like at the long end also of buildings. So it's pretty interesting. I look forward to see the comparisons of how that looks with it being Sigma, known for their quality. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Look forward to those announcements being made over the next little bit here. Going on to the next news here. So we have this company, Antigravity, and this is Insta360's like sister company, which I think they wanted to shift names after there was that controversy that happened regarding them basically telling reviewers that they weren't allowed to speak negatively about their system. Anyways, today was the official day where they released actual video. Like there was a first look from creators that had been given these cameras. So we're gonna get into how exactly this looks based on some of the footage that we're gonna watch here. So, I mean, Peter McKinnon's their guy that they really have been leaning on recently to try and pump the footage, and I don't think he's the guy that will ever say anything negative about the camera, so I guess it's perfect for them. Oh, let's get into some actual flight. This video has so little actual footage. Okay, here we go. And those glasses look unreal. Colors here are really oversaturated too. Not necessarily my favorite thing to look at. wonder what sort of difficulty this has. Using it.
In my space in here, I fly that way.
I think he's talking about it right here.
You can just choose whatever angle you want, which is very, very nice. I'm gonna try and explain why I think this is actually super smart. So this is hard to explain, but essentially you get to look around wherever you want. You can see all over. And then wherever this controller is pointed in space, in my space in here, I fly that way. So I can be looking at you, Peter, there with the camera, and I can point the controller through the gap in that tree, which is very hard to do on a drone to like, know, am I gonna hit the trees or am I gonna fly just through that little patch there? It's this easy. I'm gonna bring the drone kind of close to us here. All right, I'm looking at us through the drone's perspective. And then I'm gonna choose the gap that I wanna fly through, which is right over there. And I know exactly where I'm flying, but I'm keeping an eye on like, what does the angle look like?
Did you clip the tree at all?
No.
No?
No. Did you think I hit the tree?
It looked like it did. Yeah.
See how I was flying so close to it, but because I can see exactly where it's going.
I was looking on the screen.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I went close. I would never do that on any.
So, I mean, this is actually, I do see the potential in this, because when you're wanting to shoot a drone, if you're, if say you're shooting sideways or something like that, like the drone is flying sideways and your only view is what's in front of the drone, it's really easy to clip trees that way. And especially doing like boomerang shots or whatever, where you're starting off low and then going up really high, it can be a dangerous game to play. But all of us drone pilots play that game. I still haven't crashed DJI drone yet. Haven't hit a tree. Probably don't use it enough. That's probably why. I've been really close to crashing my Mini 3 Pro and then also the Mini 4. It's been a few close calls. Wonder what the weight of this thing is. And will America allow it be brought into the country? Let's see. Antigravity 360. I want to find out the weight. Okay, so it's under 249 grams. Oh. Okay, well that's good then. Because you're so limited what you can do if it's over that 249 limit. I still think that the quality looks not so great.
With this drone, I don't remember where I am. I think I'm over here somewhere. Oh, follow the H, Hapoya. That's where we are.
Always follow the H for Hapoya.
All right, let's go to another creator now. Let's just see.
Excited to give you your first look at the all-new Antigravity A1. Arguably one of the most exciting drone reveals, not releases, we'll come on to that in a minute, in the last few years, because this is the world's first 360 drone capable of recording in 8K resolution and offering a completely
Colors
new flying
look a lot
experience
better on this
with
one
some
too.
incredibly unique new features, such as being able to look around freely in any direction while flying, see through the drone itself almost as if it is invisible, a display built right into the goggles so your friends can see what you're capturing, and the ability to reframe and
definitely
animate your
see
drone
some
shots later to get these
use
incredibly
cases
dynamic
where
and
this would be
cinematic
nice to
clips,
have
along
over
with
the
some
next
super cool
few years,
effects.
where they
All
like
right, we
actually
have
dial
a lot
in
to talk about.
image
So let's
quality
jump
quite
right
a
in
bit.
and take a
Should
look.
be interesting.
So over the past few months, Antigravity, an all-new brand incubated by Insta360, so they know a thing or two about 360 cameras, very kindly invited me to a couple of events, such as being able to drive and chase You will want to stick around for that. Now, the Antigravity A1 itself is controlled by a grip motion controller, very similar to DJI's motion controller, and a pair of vision goggles, and we will look at those in detail shortly. They are also now currently working on a more traditional joystick style controller based on initial feedback, but at the time of making this video, that is still in development. So let's start by taking a look at the drone itself, the A1. And as you can see folded, and even once unfolded, I find it to have somewhat of a familiar shape. It's also a sub 250 gram compact drone, making it very regulation and travel friendly. This is very much a mini style of drone. And it's important to point out,
will it be
while
allowed
you fly
in the
with
US?
goggles and a motion controller, this is not a true
Probably
FPV
not.
drone. You can't make it do flips or rolls, for example, but you can still simulate these, and we'll be getting onto that in a second. With my hands-on test and looking around the drone,
there's some
the familiar
potential for some
experience
crazy
continued with
shots
propellers
using
that
this.
attach with screws, a battery that slides in the back, power button to turn it on or off on the top, and obstacle avoidance sensors and auxiliary light on the bottom. But just look at the front, specifically the gimbal. This is where things get super interesting, as this is nothing like we have ever seen before. And those two humps in the front, they aren't its cameras. No, they're actually just forward-facing obstacle avoidance sensors, with the drone featuring forward and downward obstacle avoidance at the time of testing. So, you might be asking, where are the cameras? Well, unlike with a traditional drone, the A1 features two 360 cameras mounted at the top and bottom of this gimbal, and these allow it to capture 360 footage in 8K resolution.
8K,
And it also features
not
two
necessarily
legs that
8K,
automatically
but
deploy when landing to help keep that bottom 360 camera away from the ground and getting damaged. So
it's a little bit
how
closer
exactly does a 360
to,
drone differ from anything we've flown before?
I think, like
When paired with the vision goggles and
6K or
motion
something like
controller,
that,
you can freely look around
just based
in any
on
direction without
the
the
way
drone itself
that
moving to match your
it's
head
captured
movement.
on the
Instead,
sensor.
because its 360 cameras capture the entire environment, this gives you total freedom to look around as you fly. And
His
Antigravity
videos
calls
look
this
so
free
much better
motion
than
mode.
the last
Now,
creator,
why
though.
is this such a big deal? Well, with traditional drones, the with and look straight down, all just by moving. This technology.
Imagine being able to build an app with your
Oh,
name
I
on
don't
it.
want to see this. Okay. And now that leads me into the next point here. How exactly do you edit this, right? Because if it's really a complicated process, that could be
Technology removes the pressure of nailing the perfect angle first time.
Could make
during
it
the
not
flight,
really
as
worth
it's
it, right?
practically impossible to miss a shot, because afterwards you can just reframe and adjust the angle, change the field of view, or even use tracking to keep the image logged on a subject. This means no second flights and less flight time
my
wasted
last
for each
Insta360
battery. But it's
camera, I
even more
think, was the
impressive than that, because for one
X2,
clip,
and
you can create multiple variations.
I don't
getting
know, I
top down,
wasn't really
sides,
a
or
huge
even
fan
backward
of
views,
using it,
all from that
especially
one
the
capture,
post-processing
thanks to the
part.
360 image. And if you post to multiple platforms, you can export with different aspect ratios, such as 60 planet, and a really cool one, taking them off, very handy, different speed settings, including
Okay, let's see the
Welcome to the
official
world of
release of
Antigravity.
this.
What you're about to see is just the beginning.
Believe about half of the marketing jargon they use.
Meet Antigravity A1, the world's first 360 drone. Exceptionally lightweight, with the immersive vision goggles and
They really
intuitive
do
grip
look
controller,
interesting.
flying becomes instinct. The sky becomes your playground. Antigravity A1 captures everything around it. The dual lens setup, mounted below and above the fuselage, completely erases the drone, letting you capture and relive every detail in crystal clear 8K. Drones are no longer just tools for content creation. Immerse yourself in 360 degrees with the vision goggles. Look freely in any direction,
I was there
as if you're
just
right
2
there.
months ago.
You're not piloting a drone. You're
Showed
flying.
some of my content at that spot in
No piloting
Nusa Penina,
skills?
in my
No problem.
DJI
Point in any direction you want to go,
video that
and
very few
A1
people
will
watch,
fly there.
unfortunately.
Point up, and feel the rush as you soar into the sky. Controlling A1 feels natural, intuitive. Just point and go.
I really wonder how disorienting this will be to use. I can imagine it will be maybe not the best for my stomach. It's like one of those things you have to really get used to over time.
Your will is its flight path. The payload detection system triggers immediate landing if extra payload is detected. Share the flying experience through the unique front screen.
Why would there be an extra payload? So like people can't...
Traditional drones force you to nail the perfect shot mid-flight or lose it forever. With Antigravity A1, you'll never miss a shot. Every angle is yours. Tell endless stories with just one take. Let your creativity run wild. Bend reality. Warp perspectives.
Okay.
Your sky. Your rules. This is not just a drone. This is a revolution in flight.
Video though, I'll give him that. All right. Okay, well that's enough of that. Let's get into the next thing here. I guess for any large format users, there's going to be, surprisingly, an Ontario based, being Canadian myself, it's a little interesting. And they're releasing some of these medium format cameras here. Oh, sorry, large format. Not sure if there's an actual... Oh, that did come with a Kickstarter. Let's just see, what are they looking for this? I only had a $3,500 goal, so yeah, they've definitely made that by now. Oh, here we go. 645 it looks like for this camera. If you want to get that, wait, or there's this one here too. That's everything except for the lens and film holder for $195. Point and shoot camera here, $275. Anyways, you can review this if you'd like. The company is called CCB, and you can find that on Kickstarter. All right, this next one here. Yashica has released another camera after releasing the City 100 and City 200 recently, which received pretty poor reviews. And now they're out with another one. And I'm not sure exactly what this one will be like, but a lot of people were calling the City 100 a Scamera. So I don't know. Curious where they're getting the sensor for this. Megapixels certainly aren't everything, so I can shoot 4K 30p video and 2.7K up to 60 frame rate. And that is around $420 USD. And I have their website open here. Not really showing much, honestly. I really want to find some videos though of how well this performs. I don't know if there are any yet. Let's just see. And it comes with the flash. Yeah, who cares about that? Let's see here. I don't know if there's really any. Oh, maybe here we can get some. Just want to see some actual examples. And nothing here either. So we're gonna have to wait for results as to what this can do, but I would not be holding your breath or waiting to buy this, and I would just buy whatever else you're looking for. Oh, it looks like, Rolei just announced another camera too, It's using 1x2x8, 1 to 2.8 inch CMOS sensor. It claims to have 64 megapixel resolution. That's pretty interesting after their recent release that they would go into the digital camera space. And this is the one they released, I want to say around a year ago. Yeah, it looks like it was about exactly a year ago. Receiving mixed reviews. This one actually included LiDAR. The older Rolei 35 in this format had no ability to do any sort of like range finding or anything like that, so it really benefited from the LiDAR that they introduced with that. But I'm curious if there's any documentation. This was announced July 15th. Oh, okay, well, I'm pretty far behind looking at this now then. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video. We're getting into July content now, so who really cares at this point? If you're wanting to find up-to-date camera news, I'm going to be posting what I find every day here. So stay tuned. I wake up in the morning and first thing I do is find what exactly I can share with everyone and provide it to you first thing. So if you appreciated the video, thank you so much. I don't just do lives, but lives are something I like to do when I find content that's worth mentioning. Come check out my other channel videos. I have another video that's going to be releasing tomorrow morning, and this is based around, what is it even based around? I'm an idiot. How? Anyways, I'm gonna end the video now. I clearly just woke up. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this. My next video is back to Nikon Z content, where I talk about a future wish list that I'm hoping for in firmware updates with the newer mid-high range Nikon cameras. And this is things like Open Gate, which it hasn't received yet, and other things along that line. So stay tuned. See you guys on the next one.